Hey, everybody. Nick from Millburn here. A dejected Nick from Millburn. I'm kind of still in shock. We lost tonight 69-68 at Creighton. Guys, I was listening to WSOU and God bless them, but they were finger pointing. And look, in a game like this, you could point fingers, you could say anything you want. I'm going to go the opposite. I'm just going to tip my hat to Creighton and say, way to come back at the end. There were a couple things down the stretch that didn't go our way. That's going to happen. But what are you going to do? You just tip your hats to Creighton, you shake your head, and you move on to the next game. There's still plenty of basketball to play. This stung, but, we have to move on. We have to get it out of our systems. And, tonight, if you're out there, you want to join, we'll make this kind of a therapy session. Anybody want to come on and vent or whatever? Try to keep the finger pointing to a minimum. But, I'm joined by the one and only from Surge Sports, the owner, producer extraordinaire, Bobby Blackjack. Bobby, how are you, my friend?
Besides cold, I'm coming to you live from Point Barrow, Alaska. That's what it feels like around here. It's ridiculous. I'm stuck home. But hey, if there's one silver lining to all this coldness and this horrible weather we're having here in New Jersey, what a weekend to be stuck home. We got the Olympics on all day. The Italian girl. You guys watch that this morning? The Italian girl with the ice skating. That was tremendous.
The first Italian girl ever to win speed skating, right?
What her last name? Lola Brigida. What her last name, right?
Viva Italia, Forza Azzurre, Forza Azzurre.
Yeah, I mean, what a way to start the day today.
If anybody could cheer me up, Bobby, it's you. And speaking of Italians, Frankie A, Frank. I don't know. Your thoughts on tonight? Are you in shock like you bleed pirate blue like I do? Are you still in shock?
No, I'm not in shock. I'm a little. I'm upset. I really wanted the victory. I thought they played great, but just like you, no, definitely no finger pointing, and it was just unfortunate in the last couple of minutes. All those breaks that Creighton got, it just seemed like the loose balls just happened to find them and jump into their hands. And, we did make a couple of errors, which hurt, and missing a key foul shot. But, we were a hair away from taking that game, and just couldn't wind up with the ball in a key moment when we needed it.
Guys, we got a Matt P in the Matt P. Is he one of your regulars?
Yeah, Matt. Yeah, let's put Christina or Bobby. Let's put Matty on.
All right.
Matty is one of our regulars.
I got him on.
Matty, I am in shock, Matty. I'm kind of speechless. This one stung. Like, talk me off the Matty, talk me off the ledge. Talk me off the ledge.
Real quick. This game, it just first off, I have to say, all the games, I don't know, when you watch on TV and you follow along on an app, if anybody does that, game is over on the app and the game's still going on TV. Someone needs to figure that out, because it's not good, because even when we play at the Prudential Center, there's a delay in everything. So I don't know people's cable. In this case, it's the app. But all right, on to the game. Key turnover. State McRae stepped on the line right there after a timeout. That was detrimental, because we would have got the ball in and we would have got fouled again. And we would have went to the line and, whatever. Down the stretch, we didn't perform. I think I put it in the comments, 25-9 down the stretch. We were outscored. What happened to the offense? We're up 10. I mean, I really don't know. I mean,
I think that's like 25-9. And That would have
Frank, you
meant that would
said
have
it.
meant we got outscored
Frank, you
by
said it. You
16.
said we
Right?
got breaks. Creighton got the breaks. We had a bunch of times that we could have had the ball and just secured the victory. But now
Right.
we're on the other side. You know, it's
But I think they
the
made a
bounce
mistake
of
when
the
they
ball
said
all
25-9.
second half. You know,
I think that's
Yeah,
impossible.
they
It
did.
could have been
Frank,
25 to
they did
9
say
because
it. They
we
did
weren't up
say
by
they
15.
said it. Yeah, they said it.
But we
yeah, I
weren't up by
mean, Crane
15.
shot.
That would have meant we were up by 15.
Yeah, Crane free throws. Crane shot 83%. We shot 64. You know, but we had some key free throws down the stretch. You got to win if they're going to put you on the line to get the ball back because they're down. That's what teams do, hoping you're going to miss. And Trey Parker, right? He missed that one. Would have gave us 69, and had they shot, made that three, it would have went to overtime. But did we have a timeout left with 2.9 and we didn't call it to set up a one more play, even if it's long distance? Like, come on, like. We used a timeout because we couldn't get the ball in, and I thought we had one more left, another 30-second or full timeout. You know, that stings when we could have probably set up something at least, rather than throw the ball in and Mike Williams heave it and it didn't even make the rim. I mean,
I don't think we even got the shot off.
he
Yeah,
got it cut
the
off. It
shot
didn't even
never.
make the rim.
The shot didn't even get off.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
but yeah, Nick. Well, we gotta win the next 6 out of 7. Yeah.
I think, Maddie, you gotta. So to one of your points, Maddie, if I ever thought a foul shot was gonna go in, Trey Parker, perfect form, perfect release. It was going in, and then it just popped out. It was bizarre,
Yeah.
right? It was like that shot was in.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. And yeah, I mean, he stepped on the line. That's going to happen. Look how we forced UConn last year, right? So similar things like that happen. As far as calling a timeout, I understand we did have a timeout. I mean, that's philosophical. Some coaches don't like to call a timeout. They like to just, don't let the other team set up. And we did, and we didn't get a shot off. But Maddie, I think it's one game at a time now, right? Like we just have to win it. We have to win a game. We have to win our next game, get to 500, regroup, and go from there, right?
Yeah, one game at a time. We can't look forward. Just gotta look forward. Meaning one game at a time. Providence is back home Wednesday. We gotta come out and support them, and they have to win. And then take one game at a time. I mean, these 2 away game stretches. I didn't like the schedule setup, and that could have been due to the Prue Center with different events and all that. But it is what it is. I can't go back and change the schedule. It is what it is, like I said. And go Pirates. We got to defend the 3. I don't know how many times I saw Shaw just like ready to hit that table again. And he was like, Jesus, like, when is somebody going to get in someone's face to defend the 3? And we do defend the 3 on Graves, and he hits it. Like, it's, but their 3s in the beginning of the game hurt us, Yeah, we were up at halftime, but, defense wins games. And, that's what gave Creighton the chance at the end. They shut us down going down the stretch, put us at the line, and went to shooting 3s. And that's how, if you're a good shooting 3-point team, that's how you're gonna get back in a game and win. And
Isaac Trout, who looks like he's like 35 years old. I mean, he had his career high. Who would have thought that Isaac Trout would go 6 for 10? He was 6 for 10 from the field. They were all 3-pointers. He was 6 to 10 from threes. He had the game of his life in 25 minutes. And he killed us. Now we got him really frustrated on that one segment of events, sequence of events when he got called for 5 seconds. And it looked like he threw an elbow. He probably could have got called for an offensive foul. I mean, our defense was stifling for a while. And then at the end, I mean, they just hit some. Again, I'm just going to tip my hat to Creighton and say, you guys just, found lightning in a bottle at the end. Right, Matty? What are you going to do?
He finds a way to win. Creighton coach finds a way to win. He gets his players to find a way to win. And that's, and you saw the statistic if you watch the game. He's the longest serving Big East coach right now. 16 years. So, Creighton finds a way to win all the time. We stole the one at home, but on the road, we were hoping to get that. We had it. So I'll let you guys finish your show. I got to actually run. We'll talk after the Providence game.
Matty, before I let you go, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
I'm going to say I like the Patriots.
Me too. Go Pats.
Because the kid's young. I mean, both quarterbacks are young, but I'm an East Coast person. Whoever's in the Super Bowl Coast, I usually tend to go to them. So.
Thank you, Matty.
All
Thanks
right,
for hopping on, buddy.
Yeah,
Right,
Matt.
Thank you.
Well, here's the problem of not taking a timeout, because if you take the timeout there, you could potentially move the ball to a half court.
No. I don't think so.
Not in men's.
No. They
men's.
didn't. No.
In women's, you can, right?
In women's, you can. I know in the pros, you can.
Yeah, I think Tony did it today, right?
Yeah. I mean, it could be somebody out there is a official.
I think you have to get the ball. I think you have to get the ball in, maybe. I think you have to maybe get the ball in and then call timeout.
I thought you just can't.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, if my friend Gene is out there watching, Gene, shoot me a message or something, and let's. I think I'm an official, but when something like that, I don't know anything about the rules. But yeah, that was weird.
Guys,
I mean, like I was saying,
I know a lot of times we talk about leaving people open for three, but we play that pressure defense, and a lot of times we're scrambling. And then some guys are trying to catch their breath, and then they're trying to cheat and go underneath and help out too. And it always seems like just the way our defense is structured, we're bound to leave a man open. And especially if a team can move the ball around like Creighton, they're going to find the open man. And while we're playing that shell game of trying to catch up and cover somebody, right?
Yeah, having said that, though, Frankie, and I agree with everything you just said, but we had them. We had them. I mean, yeah, they just at the end.
No. Oh, I know we did. I'm just wondering. I know a lot of people say we have to
rabbit out of their hat. Like, oh my God.
No. I'm just saying a lot of people have been commenting saying that we have to defend the three better. But I think I don't know how we could defend the three better with the way we play defense,
And I said that early in the year. I said that early in. When you're pressed and they break the press, a lot of times, just to your point, you're going to give the other team open threes. And I got killed. Maybe drop back a little bit more and not be that aggressive on the press. But again, to throw that all out the window. We had this game. This was ours. And it just, and I'm not saying we threw it away. I'm saying they came in and just snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. This was crazy. This was like, I'm going to throw two. This was like the Heidi Bowl, the Immaculate Reception. Like, just when you think you have the game, something fluky happens, and it's like, a punch in the gut.
Well, I thought it was crazy. There was a time we were up 10, and the announcer's like, oh, yep, all Creighton has to do is go get some good possessions. See, all can't score anymore. Like, everybody knows we can't score. But then we did.
Then we
went
scored.
up 10 again. I was like, all right, I think we have it now, because it was like 6 minutes ago. We were up 10. They were chipping back. They came within 4. And all the announcers were like, oh, Seton can't score anymore. They're done. But then we scored. But then we just couldn't hold on to the goddamn lead. What's coming? Tom?
Yeah, let's pop Tom on. Wow.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah, right there. That says it all.
Yeah, Tom, right, your look is how I feel. Oh my God! I mean,
and I just watched UNC take down Duke. I mean, there's a little there's a little. I'm like, all right, there's some good tonight. They hit a 3 with 4 seconds to go to beat Duke, and this whole area is going crazy because I hate Duke. But hey,
Me here.
yeah, all the games we play, guys, we're always playing from behind. And here we didn't know how to hold the lead. We didn't know how to finish. And it showed tonight. The turnovers at the end. God, Creighton shot 33s. They shot 33s. They shot 43% from the field. We only took 9. But we were 5 of 9, which actually wasn't bad.
Yeah.
We've got. Did you guys watch that St. John's game last night?
Yeah.
Did you see that game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're way better than us. They are way better than us, and maybe because it was a game, but we've got to play St. John's. We've got to play
UConn.
At UConn, and then we got New Providence. And that's it, right?
I thought St. John's looked way better than they did against us. When I was watching them, I'm like, wow, this is a different team.
We didn't know how to finish this game. It was very frustrating. We didn't know how. We haven't been there. We're always coming back and trying to, tie the game or take the lead at the end. We had the lead. And when I'm watching, and my sister's like, they're going to come back and tie this game, tie it because Trey was on the line to hit 2 foul shots. Bud missed his foul shots at the end. It's those little things there that we could have done and we didn't. So I don't know how you recuperate after this one, Nick. We had this.
I am off my game because I'm just like in shock right now. I'm like this. People are texting me saying this was embarrassing and this. But I go to your point. We hadn't had leads like this in a while down the stretch, and we just couldn't close it out.
Nope.
And I look at it like I'm just going to give them the credit that they did a great job. But yeah, it was bizarre. It was totally bizarre. I mean, a thing. Parker had great form, Tom, on that foul shot. The ball was in, and it pops out. That was crazy. There was like extra backspin or something on that ball, but yeah, Shaw put him in the game and took Clark out for the foul shooting because he's a better foul shooter. And he hit the first one, ice water in his veins, and the second one.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, we got this.
Yeah,
and even if they hit a prayer, okay, we go to overtime, and this one hurts, guys. This is.
But
so, guys, here's the schedule.
If that foul shot goes in, you can then foul. You can then foul. You have a 3-point lead.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
yeah, I would
have. Oh my God.
Guys, here's the schedule.
Go ahead, Frank.
All right, we got Providence at home Tuesday, or the 11th, whatever day that is.
That's Wednesday.
Okay. They were at Butler. That's winnable.
Okay.
That's a must win because they beat us.
That's Saturday, right, Bobby? That's next Saturday.
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday. Okay.
Then we're back for DePaul.
Okay.
Then we're home for Georgetown.
Okay.
Then we have we're at UConn, which I'll let somebody Then we're at Xavier. That's winnable.
Okay.
And then we're at St. John's in that ridiculous 9:00 p.m. game on a Friday night. I mean, there's wins there. Definitely wins there.
Yeah, there's definitely wins there. I mean, I'll chalk up St. John's and I'll chalk up UConn, but the rest we got to roll with. Bobby, we've got to roll with those. We've got to win those.
If we win all 4 of our remaining home games, that gets us to 10, and then one away game, 11. I mean, but there's very little margin here now, right?
Yeah.
Very little margin. We have to, and the good thing is, based on how we played tonight, going up there in front of 16,000 people who have nothing else to do, right? Because in the Nebraska, and no disrespect, but I mean, 16,000 people up there, and wherever they are in Nebraska and
Omaha.
Omaha and
Yeah.
get some Omaha steaks or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I guess it. And the sad part is it's probably colder here than it is there.
Yeah.
And
So-
again, we Tom couldn't close them out, right? We
couldn't. I mean, because we haven't been there, and maybe that's because of a lack of experience with this unit. We didn't know how to finish, and hands off to Creighton. They didn't quit. They were a scrappy team. They hit obviously some key threes down the road. They hit their foul shots down the road. They were 10 of 12, 83%. We were 9 of 14. So this one's gonna. So how do we come back on Wednesday to play Providence, who's not a bad team?
No.
Depends on if they show up. If they show up, we're gonna have a battle. But my sister Eileen is going to the game on Wednesday.
Okay.
All right. With her husband Ralph, and they sit right now. I think Nick, they're going to sit right near you. Okay. Those college kids better be there. Okay. If Nick's going to be there, and Frank, and my sister and brother, and I don't know who else is going to be showing up there, but we got to show up. We got to show up. No excuses. No snowstorms. None of that crap. This is right now. This is it, gang. This is it. We've got to have a little run here, which is possible.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tom. And look, I've been getting on people who are overly critical of the student section, but you know what? Enough is enough. You know, I've heard every excuse why the students don't come out. You know, even going back a few years, young Sheldon's on, exams, it's cold, the buses, whatever. Stop it. Just get your butts to the game. They give you a free ticket if you go to all the games, and they feed you. Come on, you're a college student. It's a free meal.
Bobby, you going to the game?
I should be there Wednesday night. Yep.
Okay.
Bobby works the game.
Oh.
Bobby's going to be in the press section. You know, we're going to get Bill on. You know, Bill's going. The buffet's going to be good. So Bill.
Bill's laughing. Bill's laughing in the background. I can see him laughing.
Bill's gonna.
Does Tom know the answer to that question about the timeout? With if you could advance the ball?
Does anyone know that? Do you know that rule, Tom? Like if we call the timeout, there's some criticism because we didn't call the timeout if we had one left at the end of the game when we didn't even get a 3 off. If we call a timeout, we don't get the ball at half, right? We don't get the ball at half court.
No,
you got to inbound it first.
That's the NBA, but no.
That's the NBA. That's what I thought.
Yeah. No, it didn't.
It's women's too, right, Tom? In women's, you could do that. In women's NCAA, right?
In the women, yes, you are correct, but not not for the men. Not for the men.
Right.
In,
Okay.
college. But I don't know. This one bothers me here. This is this was a layup at the end. Oh my God. Oh. All right. Hey, I got to roll. I want to see some of this press with the UNC taking down Duke here. I'm going to chime in on a few.
Tom, before you go, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Well, the Cowboys aren't playing, so we know they're not going to be in it. So I'm cheering for Seattle.
Okay.
I'm cheering for Seattle. Even though we got a lot of people here from New England that live around here. I like to see my boy there who used to play for the Cowboys. He's a defensive lineman there, Lawrence. I'd like to see him get a ring.
Okay. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks,
Tom. Brother.
See you on Wednesday.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
My time.
Oh.
Hey, guys, I'm just realizing this. Let's bring Bill on. Somebody's posting on the page. Now, I didn't realize this. Bud Clark was not on the court at the end of the game?
No, he was not.
Why?
The only thing I could think of. Let's go back over the sequence of events. We get the ball. Parker goes down and gets fouled. Parker was in for Clark because of foul shooting. Because they were saying Bud's like a 50% foul shooter. So Parker, they said, is a better foul shooter. So Parker got put in at the end of the game. So Parker goes down, hits the first, right? And then I don't know if Clark was going to sub in, because if he was subbing in, he would sub in after the second one if it was made, correct? So then the second one's missed, and then there's no stoppage. There wasn't a stoppage of play. So you couldn't really put it. The only way you were going to get a Bud Clark in there is if you call timeout, right, Frank?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why.
Yeah. If you call timeout after the 3-pointer was made.
Right. If you call a timeout after they hit the 3. So there was really no opportunity to get him in, Bobby. So all these geniuses on the Facebook page or whatever, that's why.
Yeah, it was a bang bang play. So
yeah, it was a bang bang play, and basically he was taken out for foul shooting purposes. So yeah, so I don't have a problem with that.
I tell you though, I noticed this is maybe 4 or 5 games now. Bud Clark is turning into the star we thought he was going to be.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely.
He's definitely
Bud
turned the
Clark
corner.
is the star of this team. Absolutely.
Yep.
He's definitely turned the corner now to be who we thought he was going to be.
Yep. Sure
And
was.
this is Bud Clark. This is Bud Clark's team. 100%.
Yep.
And let me introduce. We got my buddy, the unofficial mayor of Orange, New Jersey, great Bill Hathaway. Bill, a couple things we got. So Bill like never stops. Bill covered the St. John's UConn game at the Garden last night.
Yeah.
So how did you get to the game yesterday? How did you get to the game yesterday?
I took the train, man. Midtown
Look at
Direct,
Bill.
right up the street from my house is the train station. Takes me right to the Garden, man.
There's another Adams Gregory with the train over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Bill, how was the atmosphere last night?
It was great, man. It was an awesome. I met your guy, Jake from State Farm, man. We ran into each other again. You know, cool guy. You know what, Nick? This is a typical game from last night at the Garden. But the only difference is that St. John's last night overtook the game in the second half. This is a familiar thing that happened last night. It was a tough loss, for Seton Hall. A lot of basketball they had, like you said. They had, some key turnovers in the game. You got to give it to Creighton. They came back. They were willing to come back, and they did what they had to do. But, the season's not over yet. Why are we still crying when it's not over yet? But the bottom line is, in this game, it was his guy, Isaac Trout. Isaac Trout was hot in the first half of this game. He shot 6 for 10. You can't, give up those threes and expect to win these games like this.
Isaac Trout, like Bucky flipping Dent, okay?
Yep.
And Aaron flipping Boone. Out of nowhere, Isaac Trout decides to wake up and have a career game, 6 for 10. Paul's going to tell me that Isaac Trout hit 6 shots in the last 10 games, and he hit 6 threes against us. The guy looks like he's 35 years old. My God. Lou, this is going to sting. Lou, this does sting. Lou, I am like, oh, my God. Now I'm like, how you go through phases of grief, like disbelief, and now I'm in the anger phase of grief. This is, oh, my God. Bill, help me, Bill. Help me.
Yeah, let me go over the stats that Seton Hall had tonight. A.J. Stanton-McCray had 11 points. He's 4 for 11. Elijah Fisher had 10. Mike Williams had 3. Adam Bud Clark, he's the leader of this team. He stepped in, had some key bucket shots. He had 20 points. He was 8 for 16. Stephon Payne. Stephon had about 6 points. Payne was a key rebounder in the game also.
Bill, let me stop you. Bill, let me stop you on Payne, because when you hit on things, I got to jump in. Payne flipping went out, right? Payne was out for like 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, because he got an injury.
He got an injury.
It was like an injury.
And then I'm like, oh God, he's done. He's playing great, but Seton Hall, here we go again. And then he came back. So I thought this was I thought Stephen Payne showed his his toughness and determination today. Go on, Bill.
And I think the defense played well in the second half. They kind of but they just couldn't get it done. 23 points. One of the announcers said it was 20. At one point, it was 23 points off of turnovers. We shot 27 to 55. I think we rebounded 29, 27. We had 13 turnovers. Turnovers, like I said early on these shows, you cannot be consistent on turnovers. You have to have a low percentage of turnovers. They had 13. I don't know what Creighton had, but we have games left. We have Providence on Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever. I think this team needs to either split or go on a winning streak. But you can't go into a game where one guy in the first half, Isaac Trout, goes off for 6 for 10. Can't do it. It can't happen. No, in college basketball history, it can't happen. We just got to play a little better, make improvements on turnovers. Key baskets have to make. Adam Bud Clark is the leader of this program right now.
He's the leader of our program.
He's the leader, and he tried his best. But hey, listen, the season's not over. We have plenty of games. Things could happen. In the tournament, anything could happen. The basketball is played in 2 halves: the first half and the second half. And tonight's second half, it was Creighton at the end. They kind of executed their plays, and that's what it was. And Seton Hall moves on to Providence. That's all I can tell you.
I mean, Bill, to your point, we won the first half. How many times have we won that this year?
Yeah,
we won the first half, even with Isaac Trout.
Seton Hall won the first half, but there was like 34-32 at the half.
Yeah.
You can't point fingers. You can't just
point
make
fingers. No.
You gotta make adjustments. You gotta go to the lab, like in the locker room, whenever Seton Hall practices, and hey, you did this, you didn't do this, and make improvements. And I think Shaheen Holloway is that type of coach where it could happen. You never know. March is almost, February's almost started, but we have to make improvements of those key elements. Number 1, less turnovers. Number 2, key shots in the game. Providence is coming in. You got the crowd. You got the, and people have to come out and support the program. Just because, like I was listening to your comments, Nick, on Hall Line just before we came on the show. You know what? You're right, Nick. We've been, long-standing supporters of Seton Hall basketball for a very long time, even before I became a writer. I think this team has improvements, but you got to understand this: less turnovers, better shooting, and better alignment. And like Stant McRae, he stepped over the line. That made a turnover. That was a key moment in the game. Trying to get the ball out. We got to Seton Hall's team has to make improvements, and we'll make improvements, hopefully, for the Providence game.
I think the college game, and Bobby's favorite coach has said this, the college game has turned into shooting the 3 and defending the 3. And we didn't take a lot of threes tonight. They did. We defended the 3 better in the second half. We created turnovers. We scored on the turnovers. We're playing Seton Hall's brand of basketball. But then at the end, I think Tom O'Brien made the point of the night, we couldn't put them away. We just simply couldn't close them out. We did force a lot of turnovers. Our defense was like one of the best defensive teams in the country the way we were playing, but we just couldn't end it. And there were a couple plays at the end where we had turnovers and the ball just bounced back into their hands. Bobby, frustrating, right?
Frustrating. Now I've been analyzing this. My guys have been talking. I'm analyzing this schedule, right? So he said we have 7 games left.
Right.
So 5-2, we should be okay. We're playing 4 out of those 5 games against the bottom of the Big East.
Right.
There are must-win games right there. We go 5-2 like we project, and we are 21-10, 11-9 in the Big East. a game or two winning in the Big East tournament, and then we're right there again. But then again, this is quote unquote a bad year for the Big East. Everybody's trashing the Big East, men's and women's. This is a bad year. So the coach Bob's show, he's complaining that they consider the Big East not a Power 4 school in women's basketball, right? Even though we have UConn in our conference.
Yeah.
So I think there's a Big East bias this year that might be too hard to overcome if we, again, hey, we were better 2 years ago and we got snubbed. Now look at us again.
Yeah, the question is if we get to 11 and that's 5 more wins, that's 5-2, right?
Yeah.
Does that get us in? Because that's in the realm of possibilities, right?
And you got to understand that, they snubbed us that one year. Bobby was saying, but who was on the committee in the Big East? Will they rally around us? Or teams like us, like you got St. John's in the running. You got other teams, but what about Seton Hall? Who's gonna advocate for them? They've who was on the committee? Does the Big East want 3 or 4 teams in NCAA, or only 2 or 3? You know what I mean? Whatever.
Bill, there's 3 teams from the Big East that are making the tournament. The question is, if there's a 4th, will it be us? It'll probably be us or Creighton. We're still right now in the 4-5 game on Thursday.
Okay.
Against Creighton. They'd be the home team. Wow. We're blocks away and they're from Nebraska. So yeah. I don't know. It's just very frustrating. But the season's not over. And I want to be on the position where if we get 5 wins, if we get 6 wins, that we're talking about the being on the bubble and being competitive and going in a tournament and needing to win a game. And compared to what we were last year, this is fun. Even though tonight wasn't fun, the season, when we got on, Bobby said, guys, last year we had 7 wins. And, this year we have 16.
I got a friend who's trashing me because, we stink. We're a sinking ship. We're the Titanic. We had 7 wins last year.
Yeah.
We had 7 wins. Why are we complaining? Okay, we started off great. And even if we miss the NCAAs and go to NITs, it's better than last year.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And look at the record now. We're 16-7. Okay. Now let's go over and say 16-8. I'm sorry, Bobby. Okay, those 8 games. Okay, we were in all those 8 games. All those 8 losses. We were in those 8 games.
Bobby, so you can make the argument that we've only had. I mean, at DePaul, Frankie, do you think at DePaul was a bad loss?
No,
at DePaul might have been a bad loss, and Butler at home, but nothing else was a bad loss.
But they're really not. They're not too bad. I mean, they're games. We could have taken care of, but then, they're capable of stinging. So, I mean, St. John's. What are they? 10-1 right now in the Big East. They lost to Providence, but Providence is a team that could go ahead and sting anyone.
Yeah, every game in the Big East is going to be tough, right? We knew that.
One thing about the 3-point shooting, I know a lot of people are saying, we got to play defense better. We can't let Trout do this or Dix do this. But that's like Creighton, where they saying, "Oh, we can't let Seton Hall go 5-7." Sometimes teams are hot. I know it seems like it happens a lot to us, but. And we talked about before our style of play on the defense. We do leave some guys open more often than not.
So Nick, I wanted to share with you here. So I got the spreadsheet for the wins and losses. So we played UConn. It was 69-64. We lost. We lost to Butler, 77-66. We lost at St. John's 65-60 and DePaul 67-60. And we lost to USC? 83-81.
Yeah,
in Hawaii. 83-81. So there's some of the losses that we occurred this year, and there were some close games.
Yeah, again, DePaul DePaul on the road. Maybe that was a bad loss, even though any Big East road game you could lose. And Butler at home, and Butler played lights out that night. So I don't know, Bobby. Do you think, Bobby, we still have a shot, right? Like, this isn't the end, correct?
I think the end would be, as far as NCAAs, would be losing Tuesday, because Providence is the sinking ship where the coach is going to be fired.
Right.
If we somehow lose to Providence at home, then that's going to be the unless we win the Big East tournament, that's going to be the end of our Big Dance streams. But hey, there's NIT again, and look, we have we're building. Doesn't really seem it. We're building a bit of a nucleus here. Bud Clark's a junior, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hines is only a freshman.
Correct.
I believe Simpkins is only a junior, right?
Yep.
So those are the three guys we need back, and then we have senior guys, we got graduate guys. Build around those three, with the other guard coming in next year. Think about it. We don't really have a backup point guard right now. Trey Parker is decent.
He's not a backup point guard.
He's not a backup point guard.
He's more of a two. He's more of a
Darian, whatever his name is, coming next year is that point guard, correct?
Yeah, it's a point guard. Yes.
So that would alleviate some of these situations we have. So look, let's just keep our continuity, keep our heads up. We were 7-20 something last year. Remember that.
Yeah, but on that note, and I know we don't want to get into next year when we're still in this year. Priority has to be. Someone said that to me tonight. We got to go out and we got to get some, whatever it takes, do-re-mi. We got to do, I would say in the offseason, re-sign Bud Clark, re-sign Simpkins, and re-sign Hines.
That's right. Yeah, those three guys got to come back.
Whatever you have in your NIL budget, that has to be done first. Absolutely. You have to re-sign those three guys. Like the Yankees had to re-sign Cody Bellinger, Seton Hall has to re-sign Adam Bud Clark. And yes, it's not recruiting, it's re-signing because there's money. And then we have to go out. And I don't know where we're going to find them. Even if we go to Croatia or Yugoslavia or somewhere, we have to get a three-point shooter. We have to. Just have to find a lights-out three-point shooter. And if I can't pronounce his name, even better. So, you know what I mean? Somebody that's under the radar that we scouted at some European tournament or something that could hit the threes consistently. A Remus Kaukanis, an Arturas Kanishevich, something, okay? And I know, somebody who could hit threes. Darius Lane, John Leahy, Miles Powell, maybe not at that level, but a three-point shooter extraordinaire. That's what we need. We just need someone like tonight. Creighton has a whole team of three-point shooters. Nova has a whole team of three-point shooters. Now we're built differently. We're a defensive team and we're built to score in transition. And I get that, but we also need someone to come off the bench and give us a lift with threes to complement Simpkins, who also does that. Guys, you agree? You agree with me?
I agree with you because Seton Hall, like tonight's game, Creighton was shooting at one kid. Isaac Trout. He was killing him. He was just
we gotta figure
one guy. This is one guy though.
Dick's had a lot of big shots.
Yeah, you're right. I agree, Frank. But we got to go out and find the corner.
And then what? The other guy, Zubich, he hit a couple of big ones. Fouled on that three. He came up big at the end. So they have they have an arsenal of three-point shooters.
But that's how they're built, right? The announcers even said that. McDermott built his team is built around guys who could shoot the three. We're not built that way. We have our style. But just to supplement it with somebody would be nice. That's all I'm saying. So the priority in the offseason, re-sign. You have to re-sign Payne. You have to re-sign Hines. And I would re-sign Simpkins and then go out and get a shooter and then build all around that with whatever role players.
Exactly.
Other
so, Nick, what about Felton? What about Felton?
I think Felton's coming back, right?
Now, is he a red shirt?
I think he's going to be a red shirt. He has to be a red shirt, right? He was just playing for a cup of coffee. He has to. I mean, I felt bad for that kid because I think he could contribute right now.
Yeah. We have a new caller. I don't know if it's legit or not. Let's see.
Mudcat Grant, right?
Yeah.
Mudcat. Mudcat, you got a comment?
I see.
Going once, Mudcat. All right, Bobby. Nothing from. Let's put Mudcat in the green room.
He's done. All right.
Mudcat's done.
Hey, Nick, are we going over the women's game today or not?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And wait, anybody else? We're at our record number of views for the night.
Okay.
Anybody else want to vent or whatever? Frankie, just before we go to the women's, what? Not final thoughts yet, but I don't know. Frankie? When are you going to get over this? Like, when will you? Like, when could you move on from this? Tomorrow morning?
No, it won't be until Wednesday. We gotta.
Okay,
we gotta.
fair.
Yeah. We need another game. And I hear what you guys are saying about next year. And Bobby, it's I like to think that way optimistically, but it's so hard. It's almost like a totally different subject, and it's something I can't even focus on until
I know. I know. I know.
Over.
Yeah,
we'll feel better tomorrow with the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I got a client at 8:30
me,
tomorrow morning, so I'll be back in work mode tomorrow morning. But I guess
8:30. You better wear a babushka tomorrow to work.
What?
You better wear a babushka tomorrow. It's gonna be like minus 30.
I know. My wife's like, you got to warm up the car. I never warm up the car, so I got to warm up the car. And oh God, I know. So Bill, before we go on to the women's game, they fed you well. The Garden fed you well last night. Everybody wants to know what Bill eats at these games.
A $25 coupon. I had 2 slices of pizza and 1 bottle of Coke. How about that? Pepsi.
So there is no like press lounge or anything.
The Garden isn't that great, guys. I know from the Big East tournament, the Garden. Bill knows this. The Garden isn't that great food wise.
No, it ain't.
The Proof Center has been really good the past 2 years.
What happened was a long time ago. They used to have a buffet before every game, like the St. John's games or whatever events they have. They cut that out right after COVID, and they should charge you a small fee, like $8 or $10. But they give you a $25 coupon. I got 2 slices of pizza and a bottle of Pepsi. And the bottle of Pepsi I didn't even buy. It was down in the media room. That was where all the drinks and water. You had to get your own. You know what I mean?
Frankie, you know what? You know what? Maybe Bobby knows this, but you know what I didn't know about the Garden? My son told me the Garden is not on the first floor. The Garden's like on the second. So to get to the Garden, because the locker rooms are in the basement or on the first floor, you got to take an elevator to get to the playing level, which I never knew.
Yeah, you do.
Well, get a load of this, guys. When I was in Dallas a month ago for the Dream Bowl, almost a month ago, the AT&T Stadium is actually three levels under the ground. They had to dig a hole down.
Yeah.
So you're playing below sea level when you're watching AT&T Stadium.
Oh, wow.
It couldn't go too high because the airport's close by, and that would have been like a little obstruction. So they had to dig 3 flights down, 3 stories down. Then the field itself is below sea level.
Wow,
that's so cool. That Bobby, I'm not a Cowboy fan. I hate the Cowboys, but that must have been a wild experience. Wow.
It was great. It was great with the camera being there live and everything. Yeah, it was very cool.
Wow.
So Bill, before we get to the women's, I remember going to the press conferences early on in the season and Tony being like, we got to close out games. You're asking him, Coach, how you going to? So that's what I was thinking in my mind when Tom O'Brien was talking about us tonight, not being able to close this out, right? Same thing?
Yep.
All right. So what happened? What was the score of the women's game today, Bill?
67-61. They kind of fell short. Our girl Mariana Venezuela has 17 points.
But before you go into the scoreboard, the stats. Are we missing Jada? Bobby, are we missing it?
A little bit. Shayla's doing a really, really good job. And she was actually prepared for this before the injury about being like the backup or second point guard. So, let's just say thank God we have Shayla in there.
Right.
But Jada Eads is the all biggest player.
Yeah, Jada.
It's gonna
I
be
mean,
hard
it
to-
stinks. You can't lose a player like Jada Eads and not feel it. You just can't.
Nope.
No
Nope.
disrespect to anybody else, but that's tough to. That's just tough to do. And then he didn't start Zahara today. You told me, Bill. Any word on that?
No.
He wanted to mix it up.
He actually got her in a few series of the game. I think Frankie Wright, Bishop. I think she played a little bit in the game. But Savannah Catalon had 13. Ari Woolswood, the freshman, she had 11 points today.
Yeah, it was her best game.
Wait, that's
That
the
was the
biggest.
best game.
Bill, how many minutes did she play? That's a big run for her.
I don't got the minutes in front of me, Nick.
That's the
I'm
most
looking
she
it up.
played, though, Bobby. That's her best game, correct?
I think Seton Hall and St. John's women are very similar. It's going to be one of those things where they're going to split. And then hopefully, when they come to play us in a few weeks, we'll get that W. They're very similar teams. Small, scrappy, fast shooting, defense. So,
And they were 22 of 59, Seton Hall. And they had 23 rebounds, 9 turnovers. Seton Hall was able to turn over the ball 23 times. Bobby's the girl that Bobby interviewed yesterday, Jakara Kraft. She had 8 points, 8 rebounds. Points from the turnover, she had 30. St. John's had 26. St. John's led with Samara Watt. She had 20 points. A beautiful war. We had 14.6 rebounds. Seton Hall got I guess out rebounded 42-28. I don't know if that's correct. But the team shot 27 of 54 for St. John's. But that's a similar recap that I have. But yeah, it was a good game. I thought
went 15 minutes.
Huh?
Woodard played and Bishop played 5.
Okay.
Wait, how many did Bishop play? How many did
Bishop played 5? Woodard had 15. Actually.
Wait, Bishop only played 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Really? Bobby,
that's that question this week. The coach.
What's going on? What is she hurt? What's going on there? Wow.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, something's up.
Did she look comfortable to you guys in the Creighton game on Sunday?
Yeah, I don't think she's playing much Sunday either, right? Right, Bill?
Yeah, she didn't play that much Sunday either.
I wonder if something.
Could be the
Rosa got in today too. Rosa got into it. Got in the game too. I think Seton Hall's bench was. He was trying to use his bench players as much. Call this one off the bench, that one off the bench. But it was a tough game, tough loss.
But I'm wondering if he had to do that out of necessity, because you're down Jada and Zahara didn't start, and she only played, like Frankie said, 5 minutes. So I wonder if she's dinged up a little bit. And you guys said she didn't look that great in the Creighton game. I don't know. I know she was on our friends had her on for an interview. I don't know if they knew to ask her that question, but yeah. Speaking of our friends, happy birthday. I got to say this. Look, Bobby might get mad at me. I love Bobby. But Ice, and, not probably a good time in the world to have your nickname to be Ice. But Ice, happy birthday, brother. Happy 30th. Anyway, all right, let's getting back.
By the way, what about Paul? Is it Paul's birthday?
It is Paul.
Yes.
Paul is in. So Paul, the question I had, Paul's in Vegas. Art Thomas subbed for him last night. Art did a great job. So hopefully Paul's been bringing a lot of money, but also Paul's girlfriend initiated this trip. Do you think Paul could come back as I don't know. Do you think there might be a little side visit to the Elvis Wedding Chapel?
Perhaps.
Could Paul?
I'm not going there.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the girlfriend booked the trip to Vegas.
Trying to get us in trouble.
I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble. I'm just saying, when you think of Vegas, you think of 3 things. You think of gambling, you think of shows, and you think of getting married, right?
Yep.
So I don't know. And the girlfriend booked the trip. It wasn't Paul's idea. And then Paul's like, oh, she's got a lot of planned things that I don't know about. Well, I don't know, Paul. If you see an Elvis guy out there with a book, that book might be a Bible. So I don't know.
Well, next time Paul's on a show, if there's a little shine coming from the bottom of his screen where his fingers should be, something happened.
And I just want to say, as we started talking about Paul and Elvis in Vegas, our rating just shot up to the highest number we've had like in 3 weeks. So maybe we're on to something here. But yeah, I don't know, Paul. Paul, if you're, I don't know, he might be Paul +1 right now at this point. So I don't know, Paul. If you're watching and you want to just shoot us a message. Paul messaged me this morning. Very great guy. How'd the show go? I'm sorry I had to miss it. I'm like, no, it was great, Paul. You're awesome. No one can be you, but Art did a great job.
Happy birthday to Paul.
Happy birthday.
Yes, Paul. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Paul.
Paul.
And I got it. And you know what, Nick? Hold on. It is his birthday.
Oh, you're saying that's what? Okay, you're saying it's his birthday. There's no ring. Okay.
Paul, if you're at a table and the dealer has a 6, all right, do not hit. You will get beat up, especially in Vegas. That's all I got to say. If dealer's got a 6, you got whatever, do not hit on 6.
But if Paul's really gambling, couldn't Paul ask for his own table? Like, don't they give that to some people?
Oh, you got to be a high roller.
Oh, you got to be a real high roller?
Or you just, there's so many casinos in Vegas. I'm sure you can find somewhere, and one of those, somewhere is going to have a table to yourself. It's not like Atlantic City, which it's overpacked. That's some of my best blackjack, by the way, when you're by yourself. Or you with a buddy who knows how to play, because, the house rules do go in your favor when the whole table plays the right way.
Right.
They're banking on somebody to hit on 6 when they shouldn't be.
Exactly. So you want Paul to play textbook? That's the key to blackjack. Play and you would know, right? That's because that's your name. That's your nickname.
Yeah.
Yep.
Paul, that's this check. The only things that really screw me up a little bit are 12s. That's such a tough one to figure out. When a dealer has a 12, you get a 12. Like, what do you do there? Sometimes it's a little tough, but hey, we got a lot of listeners. You got any questions? Let us know. Put it in the chat. We can send you a link to join the show.
Bill's
gonna go over his menu tomorrow for Super Bowl Sunday. Bill, what do you have tomorrow for the big game? What's your menu?
Oh, you're talking about food wise.
Yeah.
Well, we're putting it out there tomorrow. We're putting little pasta, chicken, pizza pie, whatever. Whatever I can find.
Wait, Bill? Are you having a Super Bowl party tomorrow?
No, me and a buddy of mine. We're just watching the game.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he's a Seton Hall guy. His name is Mike Williams. He's a cool guy, but he's going with Seattle. I'm going with New England tomorrow.
I'm going Seattle.
I'm going New England tomorrow because of my son. I just got my Bobby will appreciate this because of my son. I said I got to wear I got a Mike Vrabel jersey that I'm going to wear tomorrow. I'm going to wear it to work. They'll let me wear it to work, and I'll wear it to the Super Bowl.
Because of this damn weather tomorrow, I have nowhere to go except watch it right here in my basement studio. So,
wow.
You know what I heard? I heard the Super Bowl's not sold out.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I heard that. The tickets have just gotten so insane. Like, $1,100 for an upper level corner wow.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm already considering.
I think the Super Bowl was going to be a close game. I think New England's going to win by 3 points, maybe a field goal.
Not even going to be close.
Not
going to be close.
I'm hoping Seattle.
New England with the upset. Drake May's going to Disney World.
Yeah.
All I know is that I'm in one box pool. I got 8 and 8. So 8 and 8 means high scoring game because you want to get 28-28, 28-18, or 8. But
they got so many on FanDuel, Nick. They got so many bets. Who's going to be the MVP? Who's going to with the Gatorade? So I got a couple bets in. Regarding that. But hopefully I'll win something tomorrow.
Bobby, we got a couple comments. You want to post them?
I don't see any.
Something from James Lewis.
I don't see anything. Hold on.
Really?
Oh, there you go. Hold on. Oh. You know what? That's weird. They didn't come up on my screen at all. Yep. Free falling every year. That's our, we're going to have, well, too bad he's passed away, but, Tom Petty cannot really sing a new version of free falling because.
James, Bobby calls it the January swoon. Or the February, the end of January, beginning of February swoon. And then Art said last night, the swoon. So I guess it's a thing because everyone's saying it. So we're in a swoon right now.
There's corner trap can't get out. Yeah. Oh, little Elvis there. That's right. That's I get it. DJ. It's a line. It's a line.
Trap to get out. Yep. My guy Lou Monaco.
We love Lou Monaco. Sweet Lou Monaco.
I'll tell you, if by chance our coaching staff or somebody on the coaching staff watches our show, okay?
Yep.
I got to throw this out there. As everybody knows, Eli is from St. Mary Rutherford. He's with us now. He's at Seton Hall. I'm still doing our games. We have a player who's one of the top players in the state of New Jersey. He reminds me of Miles Powell. Somebody's got to go check this kid out. He's slowly getting into the D1s now as far as a range of scholarships.
Who's looking at him, Bobby? Who's looking at him?
I heard a whisper like Lafayette.
Okay.
Again, still D1, right? Of course, all the D2s want him, like Felician, which is right next to us, Caldwell, stuff like that. But I'm telling you, he just reminds me of Miles Powell with the offense, the defense, the hustle, the basketball IQ. If everybody's watching this for the coaching staff, check this kid out. I'm telling you. And you know what? That could be our way back in. Now, we got back from 7 wins to now 16 and rising, right? A lot of programs are not touching high school players anymore.
Right.
Maybe that's something we got to do. Find some high-level high school players like Hines. Like St. John's, I think, didn't Patino say that early in the season? Like he's not going high school anymore. He's going just portal.
Yeah, and then he'll snatch someone from someone else the next year after they develop them. I know that's the way the game. Didn't he say something last night that the Big East should make mandatory that every team in the Big East should have a floor of at least $9 million in the NIL? That's easier said than done, Lou. I mean, not Lou. Rick, not everybody has a vitamin water guy. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Well, Patino, what happened to Patino? Like, all the stuff he did illegally, right? They say it's illegal now with NIL. So he's adding another layer to it. Now they're getting their second payments now.
Right.
So they get the legit first payments. Now they're getting their underground stuff now. That's why they're playing so well.
Didn't his GM get in trouble, though? Even when it's legal, they do something that's a little bit, right? And then he totally threw the guy under the bus.
That's why I've said this before on the show, we've mentioned it on the show. That's why I love that we have our guy in UConn, because if we can't beat St. John's, hopefully he can. He's one of ours.
Exactly.
Hurley's one of ours.
No, I love Danny. I've said that on the show. As much as I dislike Rick, I love Danny. And yeah, if we can't beat him, let Danny beat him. Absolutely.
Didn't Danny say, I think we mentioned it, didn't Danny say that he contributes to our, he still sends money to Seton Hall, even though he's a UConn coach?
Yeah, his son was a student here not that long ago. Absolutely.
Blackjack.
Yeah.
What year is that kid at St. Mary's?
Senior.
Oh, he's a senior already. Okay.
Yeah. Matter of fact, they're playing tomorrow. They're playing right by you. They're playing right by they are playing in FDU tomorrow against Hackensack in the quarterfinals.
What other games?
Small school versus big school.
What other games are there?
I think Bergen's afterwards.
Hey, Nick, Seton Hall Prep is going to be playing Shabazz next Saturday. Shabazz is 21-0, and Seton Hall Prep, they're playing at West Orange. That's the Essex County semifinal tournament. They moved the Essex County tournament from Essex County College to West Orange High School.
Why'd they do that?
I have maybe because of capacity issues, and security issues probably.
Really?
But I think
But
they're hosting.
that's like giving the Prep a home game.
Yep.
Wow. Are you going? Wait. Are you going? Are you going to go in the back door, flash the press pass, Orange Express, Bill Hathaway? Oh, Mr. Hathaway, come on in. Here's a seat for you in the front. I mean, come on.
Hey, look who's alive. Eli, where the hell you been, man? I haven't seen Eli in a month.
Eli did our show. Eli did our show the other night.
All right, we got another listener. Hold on. We got a potential. Hold on.
Gio.
Hey, what's
Gio,
up?
what do you got to say, Gio?
I only saw the second part of the last part of the second half, and it's just very disappointing, man. Very disappointing. We can't just blow the game like that.
No, absolutely. I mean, like we were saying, Gio, we were so I think Frank said it. Nick said it. We were so used to coming from behind that now we had a lead for once, and then it's a whole different mindset. What do you think? Oh, we lost him again. He's back.
We were able to hold off Xavier, though, and Marquette, right? With the lead.
No, you're right. We're usually coming from behind. We have been coming from behind all season. And unfortunately, the one time we had the lead and we just got to put this one away, execute at the line. I don't know why Clark was not in the game. I don't know. I thought he had fouled out. I told you I wasn't watching from the beginning, but I thought he was not.
Gio, what happened was Bud missed the big foul shot. So Parker's a real good foul shooter. So Shaw subbed in Parker for Bud, and then Parker got fouled. So the plan worked. He went to the line. He hit his first, and the second went in and out. At that point, they grabbed the rebound, ran down court, hit the three. We didn't call timeout. So there was really no way to get Clark in the game. So my question to you, Gio, is after they hit that three, do you call a timeout?
Absolutely. You call a timeout. Yes,
and then you set something up, right?
You set it up. You tell them we're still in control. We're still in the lead. Just knock down your free throws. They're going to foul you. They have no other option,
No, good point there. Because if you set something up, you could put yourself in a situation, you get fouled, and you get two shots, and then it flips to we have a 1-point win. Or right. At least a tie. You're right.
100%. And the other thing is, you're up by 2. I mean, do you give them the last 3 or you put them on the line? I mean, sometimes you just put them on the line and they try. I don't know if they were in the bonus or they would get 2 free throws or 1 and 1, but at least you get the last possession, at the end of that. So that's one thing they do in Europe a lot is they'll foul you if they're down by 2 and they don't want to give up the 3. They'll foul. That's the same thing. How the Spurs lost that championship with Ray Allen 3 in the corner. They were up by 3, and instead of fouling and putting the guy on the line, they let him take a 3, get the offensive rebound. Tim Duncan wasn't even in the game. They get another 3, and then they lost the championship. That was a game 7, I think.
Well, Gio, that was my point. Parker's shot was in and out. If that shot went in, then they inbound the ball, we foul them, and the most they could get is 2. So, yeah, and your point is being up 2, foul them, and the worst that could happen is it's a tie. That I don't know, but I totally see your point there. Gio, you're talking about, European ball. Is there anybody out there that you think that we need a 3-point shooter? And we've gone to Europe before. We got Arturas, we got Remus. Is there anyone, would you buy going that route, getting a guy, maybe underpaying him a little bit from Europe and a guy who can just hit threes? What do you think about that, Gio?
Yeah, see, I don't know what we're doing about recruiting overseas. I mean, there's always great players overseas, and I come from overseas. I was at Seton Hall at the same time with Remus. So I graduated 2 years after Remus, but I knew him well. I knew him well when we were in school. And I mean, European players, you can even bring a guy who's like 21, 22 years old and still have him as a rookie, with a little more experience coming down to the end of the game, a little more mature. And there's a lot of great shooters out there. So I don't know what the school is doing about recruiting from overseas, but that's a huge market. I mean, it could never hurt to just like get one or two guys that, and they'll also commit for more than 1 year. I mean, they're
Right.
not the kind of guys that will go in the portal every year. They've already moved once from Europe over here, and they can have a good life and a good education, and get themselves a good degree. I think Seton Hall and people that have been at the Hall before, like Remus. I mean, Remus and Arturas and Nick Gallis. I don't know if you guys know Nick back in the
Gallis,
day.
baby. Nick Gallis from Greece, right?
Yeah, man. He's like, I'm Greek, so he's the reason generations like myself played basketball. Is when he came back to Greece, and Greece won the European Championships in 1987. Yeah, I mean, guys like that could always lobby for the Hall and try and recruit some players and bring them over, and you take a chance on somebody. They're. I think you could find some players that are loyal, that will stick for a couple of years, and you can also build the program based on that. Because now with the portal and the NIL money, it's a different ball game. So
and schools like St. Mary's and other do recruit a lot of people from overseas. Nick Gallis, let me ask you a question. What was a better backcourt, Tynes and Gallis or Calandrillo and Gallis?
Oh, I don't know. That's beyond my time. I only knew Nick after he came to Greece and he was playing over there. I don't know how they played at the Hall and how they performed back in the day, but I do know that when he was drafted, I think he was drafted by the Celtics back in the day.
Right.
And Red Auerbach had said once, one of my biggest regrets is not keeping this guy and letting him go back to Europe. But yeah, I couldn't answer that question. I wouldn't do justice answering that. I would not know.
I'm gonna say Gallis and Calandrillo. I actually asked Greg Tynes that question. Bill's buddy Greg Tynes, and Greg said him, and of course Greg said him and Gallis. But the point is, Gallis was a great player for Seton Hall. Gio, thank you so much for joining us. Gio, who's gonna win the Super Bowl? Gio?
I don't know. I think I'll put my chips on the Patriots.
Another Patriots. That's 3 for the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Patriots. My name is George, by the way. I don't even know what I was signing on to. I thought I was actually going to see some remarks that Shaheen said. Obviously, I was in school with Shaheen and Remus at the same time. I knew both of the guys. So, but I appreciate you guys bringing me on. It was nice talking to you.
Come on anytime, George.
Yeah,
George,
my name is George.
We're after every game. Feel free.
Class of 03. So I appreciate you guys. I'll see you on Facebook, I'm sure. And have a good night. And hopefully we can get a couple more wins. And this is not a big. I don't know. This is going to be a tough one. Moving on.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, George.
Go, George. Thanks, George.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Yeah, take care.
Now, George has a point there because, if I'm not mistaken, there's no NIL for European players, right?
I believe so. George was great, by the way. George was really knowledgeable. George, hop on anytime. Absolutely. That's what this show's all about. We discovered Tom O'Brien. We discovered Maddie. Yeah. We got so many different people that hop on. It's really been a blast. And then we got our, the core 4 here. So, yeah.
I don't know if I believe that they don't give NIL to foreign guys.
There's something. It has
No,
something
there is foreign players.
No, it has something to do with their
immigration
status. If they come over on a student visa, right, they can't, I don't know how much they could work. That's the thing. It's a different visa.
George, you have a comment, Joe? All right, he came back on.
No, I was.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. Hold on. You're back.
Hey guys, how can I follow this without actually being in the conversation?
Actually, I can take you off. Just watch.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'd like to hear what you guys are talking about. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks.
And with big purchasing power, we can spend more and earn more.
The link is on the Facebook page, though, I think.
From Mike Williams, Hall Ball. Well, I don't know what Hall Ball is not exciting right now. But,
That's old school. That's some back from that.
Yeah, that's an old school reflection. Hall Ball. I remember that, Nick.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm feeling a little better, but this one stings. This one totally stings. I was like telling Annette, oh, it's going to be a good show, and we're going to talk, and then all of a sudden, boom, out of nowhere. And I agree with Gio. So Gio made a really good point. And just think about this, Frankie. You're up 2. Do you foul? If you foul, the worst that could happen is it's a tie. Like, I've never seen that before, but I mean. I don't know. Or do you take
with the
your
way
chances,
Creighton
right?
shoots with the way they shoot free throws, they probably weren't missing anything. And I didn't think going to overtime was going to do us any favors.
But
yeah, overtime on the road.
If you foul right away, if they hit both shots, now you got more than 2 seconds though to play with it. I don't know. Yeah,
you do.
It's
but
not
the way things were going,
that's what they do in Europe. Wow.
The way things were going, we had a few blocks, and then it wound up right back into somebody's hands, and then all of a sudden they hit somebody else that's open for a 3-pointer. I could have seen us fouling. They would have made the first, missed the second, and tipped the next one in, and then we would have been in the same hole. It's just the way all those bounces were going, and I was just hoping that Creighton wasn't going to hit that shot at the end. But
guys, let me just comment. Someone named Ray Offenberger, Bud Clark not being on the floor at the end of the game is head scratching. Ray, we explained to you what happened. I don't think, Bobby, do you think it's that head scratching? It's not. If they called a timeout and didn't put him in, that might be head scratching.
We also missed, though, Nick. We also missed the fact that, again, he's a great player. It happens. But he also got pickpocketed with about a minute to go in the game, too.
And he missed a foul shot. Right. So that, but that's what happened. They substituted Parker in, Ray, because he's a better foul shooter, and then he got caught on the court. That's what happened. And I'm sounding like my buddy Gene Burley right now, losing my patience with people in their comments, and I shouldn't. But yeah, that's what happened. Now I know how Shaw gets to the press conference when Bill asks some questions. So yeah.
And the flip side is the timeout.
Yeah, the flip side is,
so it's a lot of components here. It's not just.
Yeah, we should. Bill, does Shaw get upset with you with your questions or just Carino's questions?
Nah, maybe Carino's not mine, man. I don't ask too many questions at a press conference. But I don't know. It's the coach's expression, how they present themselves to the media after a win or loss. Shaheen Holloway, he's a cool guy. He's respectable, and he's cool with the media. Just sometimes it's just by decision. Now we don't know what happened in the huddle, what is discussed at the last minute, what was the game plan towards the end. It was just a tough loss. I mean, life goes on. I mean, you got how many games, Bobby? 5. You said 5-2. 5-2.
7 to go. 7 to go. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 7 to go. 7 games. 5-2 is great. We just got to make improvements. Like I said, make your free throws, no turnovers, and some key shots. Bud Clark is our leader. We got a good team. Seton Hall has a good team. They're still in it with 7 games to go. You got to understand this. It's a crowd factor when you're home. The student section, they should show out. They've been showing out all this year. I mean, let's not be critical of this team now. I mean, it happens. Any given Sunday in the NFL, any given whatever in the college basketball, but you got to keep a positive mind. And I think Shaheen Holloway and his coaching staff will figure out a way to handle this tough loss on the road. And I think hopefully that this game, that when they watch it in the lab or go over the assessment of the loss, will make improvements.
This game, I'm telling you, I'm just going over the comments on our page. Oh my God. I'm not going to say his name, but Shaw needs to go. I've seen enough. Come on. Coach played the wrong guys at the end. They don't understand what happened. Am I the only one that understands?
By the way, Nick, 1 second.
If Parker
one
hits
second.
the second shot, if he hits the second shot, Ray Offenberger, he would have been in the game. Oh my God, Frank, Frank, you get it, right? You know what happened.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Have you seen? Hey Nick, have you seen the another guy? I can't say it. Zach Brazilier, the guy who covers St. John's for the Post.
Now he used to cover us for the Post.
He
When
used to
we
cover
were
us.
winning,
He
right?
used to cover us. Again, I have my own thoughts. Anyway, he posted somewhere this week that, hey, maybe Syracuse should go look at Shaheen Holloway because he'd do wonders with a bigger budget.
Yeah.
Shut up, Zach.
Worry about
That's
your
right.
own team, Zach. You St. John's shill. You Patino shill. And I read the Post, but what a shill. But I just read the Post for the sports. The rest of it is all nonsense.
Yeah. So today in the sports section, New York Post, they were favoring the Johnnies.
Oh,
for their big win against UConn. But I don't know anything about big budgets or anything, but you gotta understand this season is not over with.
No.
I mean, getting rid of a coach that's crazy. That's insane.
Crazy, Ray Offenberger, that is crazy.
I mean, have they ever been to a Seton Hall game?
No, I don't.
Have they ever seen?
It's nonsense. It's nonsense. It's getting me.
Yeah, I know. It's all
nonsense.
You know what it is, Nick?
Oh my
You know
God.
what it is? It's called theater. Anything to get hits on your Facebook page or your Instagram. All kinds of stuff going on.
Anybody whose point of reference to Seton Hall basketball is Isaiah Whitehead and upward, I don't have time for you. I don't have any time for you. You got to go back to Calandrillo and Gallus and Anthony Aben and me and Frankie and on and on and on and Frank Foy and Junior Foy. Junior Foy's been on this show. I mean, come on.
It's like this, Nick. You know what's funny?
What?
It's called a Monday morning quarterback.
Monday morning quarterback.
Oh, yeah. Did he make the right shot, or did he make the wrong coaching decision? Come on, you got to understand.
Let me say this: if our site is acting up, right? Could you imagine JD Walker's site? JD was going to come on tonight, and he's like, now he's putting out fires on his site. Oh
yeah.
My God,
he's got his hands.
I love you, JD, but you got to, JD. You have a thankless job. Thankless.
Hey guys, speaking of Seton Hall coaches, do you see who's in first place, baby? NJ Tech is in first place in their division, in their conference. Bill Meyer is in first place right now.
Nick went down. Nick went down there. Grant's like, Nick, am I coming to your wedding? And I don't think he's on the list. We love you, Grant, though. But Bobby, Bill couldn't get in there. They wouldn't give Bill credentials.
No, what happened was.
Yeah, why did
what
they
happened was
disrespect you, Bill? What happened?
No. What happened was we just got our communications crossed. Wires crossed. It wasn't that. I could have missed email or anything. I just haven't reached out to NJIT to do a follow up with our guy that was student at Seton Hall. I don't know his name last year, Bob. You probably know the guy. He's the new NJIT.
Mike Federico. Mike Federico.
Yeah, Mike. I saw Mike at a previous game. He just dropped me email. I just haven't dropped him an email, but we'll follow up pretty soon.
But here's the thing. Bill gets into the Orange Lawn Tennis Tournament. Bill gets to the USPGA Golf Tournament. Bill gets into the Garden. He's laughing at me. Bill gets into the Grand Slam tennis. And, I mean, come on. So Bill gets into all these events. NJIT. Wait a second, Mr. Hathaway. We have to check your credentials. That's garbage. Oh, my God. Bill's press secretary screwed up. Yeah, I would think so, Bill.
Yeah, I gotta do that on Monday after the big weekend. I gotta do my postseason credentials for who I want to cover this year. Definitely the women. Definitely the women.
Oh, okay.
How does that conference work? The America East. Do they get they play at the home site?
Grant beat Laval Sanders today.
But how does their tournament work, Bill? Does the home team
well, let's figure out where they play. Bill, where they play the tournament? Do you know?
Oh, the women's tournament?
Or the men? Where's the American East play their?
I haven't covered the American East. You know, I've never applied for those credentials. You know, I would love to, but
I have a feeling it's just at the higher seeds place.
Yeah, that's what Lou
probably
said.
so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lou just confirmed it. Yeah,
Did
that's what
all
I
of
thought.
at higher seeds.
I
Yeah.
would like to be there if they make the championship game. NJIT, I would like to be there for that.
I would
we
love
can
to.
we can make that happen. We can
Yeah.
figure that out. I'd like to go too.
So that'd be a big thing for our coaching tree.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll talk to Junior about that. Junior's got connections at NJIT.
Okay.
We'll all go. How about that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be cool. We could all go. That's right.
Even Frankie could go too.
As long as
We all
Seton Hall's not playing.
Absolutely.
Why not?
Thanks, Lou.
Thanks, Lou. Lou's the best.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Be
they
great
so
move,
NJIT could
Monaco.
host this. That would be great.
Yeah, I heard whispers. Like I was again. I read a lot of sports and whatnot. So I read somewhere it just blew past my mind that that they were doing good in NJIT. That they were in first place. I happened to check, and there they are in first place.
Good for Grant.
Do they have,
I love
Nick, I
Grant.
think they have a game this week. Do they have a game this week
Let's check.
at home? I think there's an upcoming game this week.
Their best player went to Rutgers, by the way, last year. This year.
If y'all can look it up real quick.
I love Grant. Grant's a great guy. We all love Grant.
They have
They're on the road. Their next two games. They're up in New England. They're at UNH and then Maine on Thursday and Saturday.
that's
And
gonna
when
be
do
a
they
road
come
trip.
home?
That's gonna be a road trip, right? You're not going to New Hampshire, coming home. Then
No.
driving.
No,
That
no, they're staying there for the
no, no.
weekend. And then then they're let's see, they play UALB on Thursday the 19th.
That's Albany.
Okay.
That's Sanders. Is it Sanders?
No, he's
Sanders
Binghamton,
is
right?
Binghamton. Yeah.
Binghamton, yeah. All right.
That's a weird
Lavelle
little
Guys,
conference.
I
There's a lot
lose
of-
you.
Lavelle Sanders was a very good player for us. He doesn't get enough credit when you
Oh,
talk.
yeah, he
But
was-
we've had so many good guards, right? But Lavelle's kind of like right under that radar of Andre Barrett or whatever. He's not quite there. Even like Tynes and Calandrillo and Gallus, aforementioned, and we've had
Did
so
you guys realize that Providence beat DePaul 90-72 tonight?
Mhm.
Where was
Oh,
the
boy.
game?
Yeah.
Providence at the whatever
Yes.
used to be the dunk.
Amica
Yeah.
Pavilion, yeah.
All right.
That's Sanders.
90-72.
More pressure on Wednesday night because they won a game.
We want to do
Yep.
Bill. Final comments. We're at an hour and 27.
It was a tough loss tonight for Seton Hall. Hopefully they'll do better on at home. Seton Hall has some type of good crowd. Hopefully they'll come out and support the team. But it's just a tough loss, and hopefully they'll get a win on Wednesday night and move forward.
Frankie, final comments. Thank you, Bill.
It was a tough one, but you know what? These games still mean something. They were just mentioning how we were the first four out or something going into tonight's game, so it's a little bit of a setback, but put a little string of victories together, and all of a sudden we're right back into the mix.
Great positive comments. Bobby, Blackjack, final comments.
If you or somebody, your loved ones, are a Jet fan, keep them close to your heart tomorrow. Keep them close in your minds, because when Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl, after he was trashed by the Jets ownership and management, thrown to the garbage heap, he's going to come back, win the big game tomorrow. If you're a Jet fan, get him off the ledge tomorrow, because they're going to need it. A franchise that can't find a quarterback. They get number 2 in the draft this year, and the guy wants to go back to college. That's the better option. They're going to watch your guy, Sam Darnold, do wonders tomorrow. So, final thoughts, guys. I can't thank everybody enough, personally, professionally. We're making Surge a thing, and it's it's amazing. But thank you, everyone, one of you, behind the scenes, front of the scenes, and Eli. Where the hell are you? I haven't seen you in a month.
He was on our show he was on our show this week, and he did
Yeah.
he subbed for Christina, and he was really good. And on that note, on the air, Christina, thank you for all that you do behind the scenes. Eli, thank you for all you do behind the scenes. You guys are the unsung heroes. You guys are up at 8 in the morning making sure we get on the page. You do all the other stuff that goes unnoticed, and we notice and appreciate you. And Bobby and Serge, this is so much fun. I appreciate the opportunity. We all do. This show is like humming. We're getting people from like all over now popping on. I had this concept, and it's just coming to fruition. And I thank you. As far as the Jets, so I heard on the ride home from work today, two things. Ryan is back coaching the Jets. Did you guys know that?
I saw that today, yeah.
Rex's son is an offensive coach. Not Rex. Rex's son. And the other thing is, guess who got cut today? Kirk Cousins. Could Kirk Cousins be our stopgap quarterback for a year? Maybe. We got to get somebody.
I can see him go to the Steelers too, but Steelers want Rodgers back first.
Yeah. All right. And at Seton Hall, this stung. This loss stung, but then when I went on Facebook and saw all these stupid comments, that like just got me all riled up. So I mean, I'm not going to go on and post. I don't do that. I'm not posting anybody on Facebook. But anyway, no keyboard warrior. Tomorrow I'm rooting for the Patriots for my son, and this is awesome. God bless. Good night. Thank you, and go Pirates. Thank you, guys.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Go Pirates.